Welcome to the Cosmic Powerhouse and another episode of Let's Create a Healing Temple. Today, I want to talk about consciousness. And I want to talk about that because in my daily morning practice, I have different kind of meditations. And today I had one where I was letting myself guide by someone else, by Muti. And it was so powerful. It was such a deep experience that I really want to share that, because it was the first time where I really could experience nothingness, non-attachment, which we know from Buddhism, and what for us in the Western world or in the modern world is really not so easy to reach, because our minds are so full of information, data, and driven by what we want to think, what we have to decide, what we want to do. So to develop that nothingness, which is nothing to develop, of course, just to observe, to come into the state of being. That is really something very special, where we could say that is the moment when you're able to do that. And you calm down completely. You earth yourself into the ground. And I would recommend we start with that right now, with a safe space creation. So hold your hands up to the sky and then fold it aside to create a bubble of energy, an energy field, your energy field. Feel it. Create it like a golden egg around you. Again. And feel it in your fingers. Not thinking, just feeling. And I created over you, so I can include you with my high vibrational energy. Yes, and in the sacred space, we can work, and we can also do our breath work, right? Consciously. So I want to ask you if you want to do that with me right now, if you like. Just breathe in through the nose and that 3 times. So through the nose in deeply and through the mouth out. And when you breathe out, when you exhale through the mouth, then imagine that you breathe out into this field, which is in front of your heart, which is so strong, so much stronger than your brain emits energy. Your heart is truly your power center. And it's for a reason that the heart is a symbol in all those traditions, cultures, and so on. Very powerful symbol for love, unconditional love, which is such strong energy. So let's breathe. And breathe into the earth. Grow roots with your feet. All right. So, yes, I want to talk a bit about this experience I had today, where I was in the land of nothingness, just consciousness. And it is a difference if you just hear about that theoretically, you hear the information and say, okay, we have consciousness and we have the unconsciousness, and we have this large consciousness system. So like also my stars here, where all there is all the information, everything is, and of course where we all connected then in the cosmos all together, which always tells us it makes no sense to fight against someone else, because we would fight against ourselves. And that's actually what happens, right? So also if we send out some negativity, we send it actually to ourselves. And so it will respond to us in the same way. But in that consciousness, and when you are in that kind of meditative mode, and to think nothing, and there's nothing you have to decide, there's nothing you have to do, there's nothing, you just be. Let's try that for a moment. Just be. I want to invite you to, deep breaths in and out all your thoughts. And maybe you imagine that your thoughts are actually all going out with your breath and going out into the landscape and away from you. And all your worries go out, and all your tasks you might have in mind to do go out. You make yourself empty, completely empty. Emptiness, as we are in our body, actually empty. Our body is our vessel, or here for the theme, it's a healing temple, very important to notice, to take care of, to treat it like a temple, because it's a precious vessel, like a very expensive car. And it's funny that some people are treating their cars better than their own vessel, but everybody is of free will, right? So you have to decide. So you're emptying your vessel, and there's only consciousness. And the consciousness is in your body and not the other way around. So everything is consciousness, like you see the Milky Way behind me, the cosmos, the universe, stars. And this consciousness has formed, or your manifestation power has formed this body. And so you have a vessel to act in the 3D world. Later on, in higher dimensions, we don't need that. We can't act with this. So when you meditate already, and you find yourself in peace, inner peace, and you feel that inner connection, maybe you go next time the next step, and you do that little practice to really empty your vessel. You breathe out in full harmony. Nice rhythm. Try to find coherence. So you imagine your field, energy field in front of your chest, your heart, and create this big electromagnetic field. And then you breathe out all your thoughts, everything what is in you. You have nothing to do, nothing to think, nothing to say, nothing to decide, no identity, nothing. Just be. And maybe you also experience, like me today, that this is such a deep peace. It's such an inner freedom. It is wonderful, wonderful. When we are not asked to do anything and can just be in that present moment and just observe, just be in this world, in this field of frequency, of energy. How beautiful this is. And that is God. That is God. So, like we say, God is acting through us if we like Him. If we allow Him to do that. Most of us don't do that, right? Because they have their ego. They say, no, I know better. I know this. I decide that. Also, I might have a feeling inside of me that this is wrong or it doesn't feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, there's something wrong. There's something wrong in terms of misalignment with who we really are. Because you have a very clever system. And this very clever system is your vibration, your frequency. And when you decide to be truly authentic and connect to your soul, to your inner truth, and to become who you really are on a soul level, not conditioned, not what your parents told you, not what your colleagues told you, not what your boss told you, not what your neighbors want you to be. Be you in your truest, most authentic version. Then when you really truly live that, you automatically come into a higher vibration. It is a system, it's very intelligent. So your emotions tell you if you're right or if you're wrong. If you're wrong and you're actually not in alignment with who you really are and what your journey is, then you will feel it. It feels stressful, maybe even very difficult, painful. And if you are in alignment, like you do your most beloved sports, some kind of hobby, whatever, then you feel it because you feel joy, you are in flow. And it's all about flow. It is all about flow. And yeah, we were over a long, long time told so wrongly what we are, who we are, and how life functions, how we function in Earth life. And it's time for the truth. And many of us in the spiritual world are already talking about that. Listen, but be careful as well. Follow your inner guidance, because not everybody in the spiritual world is meaning you well. Some of them, of course, know that there's a big business behind. So again, try to get as much as connected to your inner truth as possible. This is your guidance. Your third eye, pineal gland, awakening for your navigation, a AAA navigation, like I say in my Cosmic Life Codex program, where you learn that, where you learn how to become yourself, where you learn how to earth first, because first you must arrive and then you can go further in all the steps, where you learn who you really are, because, yeah, I would see that, I would feel that. And then we can talk about your identity and how you can develop that identity, because it's not done with just saying I'm this or that. So it takes some time. Yeah, so your authenticity is already very powerful to bring you into a higher vibration. But of course, if you have an unhealthy lifestyle, eating not the right food, drinking too much alcohol, having lots of stress, where you pull your energy level down and be in high cortisol and adrenaline levels, then it will not work out perfectly. So there's more to do. And the good information is that everybody can do it and start, and it is possible. It is absolutely possible. And everybody should start right away, not wait any moment. Because coming back to my moment today, when you were able to manage to go back to your inner self, to your true self, and come back to that high vibration, and that's training, like in sports, it is training. Because this old programming, of course, it wants you to build back. Your ego wants to tell you, nah, you don't need to do that. Do you really have time for meditation? Yeah, it's not the easiest path, but it's one everybody can go. It's really only the question, do you want? Do you want to feel better, honestly? Do you want to be truly you? Do you want to feel yourself and feel yourself in your life and others? Do you want to develop that unconditional love, the power in the universe? I also had this life experience that I got hurt so many times. Bullying at school, mobbing at work, relationship issues, so many things. And it took me some time. That wounds were very deep. But it was possible. And now I can say, I found my love, like Whitney Houston is singing that in her song. The greatest gift of all is loving yourself. This unconditional love can no one take away when you found that. And so you're so much more resilient, because it doesn't matter what others think or say. When you have found that unconditional love, it's your superpower, like your authenticity. You don't need someone to love you. But if it's happening, it's additional and it's beautiful. But you don't feel driven to do something to be loved. And that's very important, that you really become free. That you can be free in life and don't, have attachment issues or abandonment issues, because you are enough. You feel you are enough for yourself and you love yourself and everything is okay. We all have this individual experience on this earth plane. Also, we are connected all together. So, I honestly want to invite you to think about if that isn't worth to go on this journey to finally find yourself in love, your true love inside of you. So there's no need to hurt others, to attach to others, to stand situations which are letting you feel bad, to drink alcohol, to to take drugs, whatever you have as coping mechanisms to that you don't get love. So, and this consciousness, what I was talking about in the beginning, that is love. And when you feel that, and there's only love, only this awareness, this great, great awareness, it is really the deepest peace inside of you and the most relaxing what you ever can experience. And for me, it was so strong and so wonderful to feel that, to experience that God consciousness, or what I say for me, Christ consciousness, that the tears were running down my face because I was overwhelmed by that moment, by that experience. And honestly, in that moment, and also shortly after, you look very different on the things you have to do. You look very different into the world. You recognize how far away you are in that daily hamster wheel game from that inner peace, which everybody of us can have, which we should have, should find. It is our birthright to feel good, to feel happy, to feel peace, be healthy. It is our birthright, and everybody can do that. And it is my mission, my strong belief also, that we are truly able to create that healing temple again. An earth where we all live in peace together, in harmony, in collaboration, where we support each other, where, there is no sickness in that large context taking place, because we have a healthy world created. If we find our inner peace and health inside of us, and this unconditional love, then we automatically create in the outer this world which let us be this peaceful humans. And this is what is barely needed. And the rebalancing of the qualities. We have a patriarchal system, and we had a matriarchal system, and we now need to rebalance and bring the divine feminine qualities in, which does not mean only woman. It's the qualities we own inside of us, everybody, both, to have this sacred union with spirit, the Trinity. And the Trinity you see in so many cultures and traditions talking about that. There's a very intelligent system behind all of that. And when you're awakening, in your spiritual awakening, on your path, you discover more and more of that. And for me, it's still very fascinating. I look differently at flowers because I see the sacred geometry in that blossoms. I go differently to a tree because I know it's a living creature. I feel the energy. I go there and hug the tree and be thankful that this beautiful nature spirit is with us and can help me to, recycle my energy. I see the stars on the river, like today, when I sit at the river and the sun is shining on the surface of the water. The stars are sprinkling. And I can connect to the cosmos. I feel the energy field. And yes, it might be different for you, but it's actually possible for everybody. I tell you that because I want to report about the beauty of the divine creation. It's so worth to open all your eyes, not only this one, this one, and your body also, we say, has eyes, senses. Feel it. Don't overthink the things. And don't lose your life on smartphones. Cut it off whenever you can. This is a rabbit hole you're running into. And you come out often after hours. And you're missing beautiful life outside. So I hope you have taken some interesting points out of my talk to you. And I truly hope that you consider to connect more deeply with you, with your inner being and who you truly are, that you really go on this journey. It couldn't be more exciting, and stop wasting money for adventure trips. Start with yourself, really. That is, what you daily have, right? You go through life with who you are. So why don't you find out who you truly are? So maybe the greatest adventure of all, for me it was and is. I wish you that you do so and find happiness, connection, peace, healing. And if you want to have support, reach out on my website, shamanuworld.com. Write me a comment also for the podcast. And I would be interested. How are you doing? What first step are you taking now after listening to me? What inspired you now to think about or to do? Tell me. So I take my energy back from the field. And close the doors of my healing temple here, the cosmic powerhouse. And thank you for your attention, for your time listening, and hope you will come back again. Thank you. Let's create a healing temple together. Namaste.